Hello Global Squad players. I'm excited to share with you the first of 3 workout videos that I'm going to be sending your way. Hopefully these videos encourage you to get into the weight room over the next few weeks. That way you're not overwhelmed when you arrive in Maryland for the Global Squad program. This particular video is for the lower body and legs. Now, lifting weights is important in any sport, but you want to make sure you exercise the right way. You don't want to lift weights like a football player or a soccer player. You want to lift weights like a basketball player. So these exercises that you're about to see are geared towards basketball players. The movements you see they'll look familiar, and they'll be similar to the same things you do on the basketball court. So let's take a look at them and see some of the pointers that you're going to use on every single workout.
Exercise pointers. You want to do 3 to 5 sets for each exercise and 10 to 12 reps for each set that you do. The other thing that you want to pay attention to is make sure your motions are slow and controlled when you're going down and resisting the weight, and then you can explode into a basketball movement. You'll see what I mean as I demonstrate these exercises. The last thing you want to make sure you do is to maintain proper form. This will help you prevent injuries, and you'll get the most out of each exercise. All right, now that you have this under your belt, let's get to the actual workout. Before you stretch and start any workout, be sure to warm up for 5 to 10 minutes. This way you loosen up your muscles and it helps to prevent injury. You can do almost anything to warm up as long as you get a very good sweat going. Anything from shooting some hoops to riding a bike will do. After you've warmed up, it's time to start stretching. These pre-workout stretches are vital to prevent injury. It can also improve your flexibility, and flexible muscles make you more explosive on the basketball court. Be sure to thoroughly stretch the muscles you plan on working. Hold each stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, and once you've completed your stretching routine, it's time to start lifting. Begin the deadlift by standing feet shoulder width apart in the middle of an Olympic bar. Grab the bar with the palm of one hand facing towards you and the other palm facing away. Keep your knees slightly bent and your back straight. Lift the bar up and down in a straight line. When lowering the bar, it's going to want to crash down to the ground. Resist that. Go down slow and controlled. And then when you lift it back up, explode. Do not use your arms to lift. You should only feel the strain in your legs, but primarily your hamstrings. For jump squats, begin by holding the weight at the top of your chest. Squat down in a slow and controlled manner until your knees are bent close to 90 degrees. Then explode and jump as high as you can. When you land, gather yourself and repeat a slow and controlled squat. Try to land in the same place every time. This will test your balance and add to the challenge of the exercise. Also, make sure your back is as straight as possible to prevent injury. For single leg squats, begin with the weight resting at your side and one leg extended behind you on a stabilization ball. The other foot should be on the ground with the toes pointing straight ahead. Bend at the knee as close to 90 degrees as possible. Go down slow and controlled, then explode upward. This is an excellent exercise for basketball because it challenges you to keep your balance while maintaining power and explosion. As you can see here, you want to make sure that your knee does not extend past your toe because this can cause injury. Begin by standing on one leg with the ball above your head. Your other leg should be bent at a 90-degree angle in the air. Drop and extend that leg out as far as you can go while keeping your standing leg straight. Swing the ball close to the ground while bending at the knee. Explode up to the starting position, which should resemble a two-handed layup. Now, this is one of the best exercises for a basketball player because each movement resembles a basketball action. You have to also maintain your balance while keeping your explosive power ready. Now, this drill is the exact same as the previous exercise. The obvious difference is you're going to be using a dumbbell instead of a medicine ball. Now, this starting position should resemble a one-handed layup. All the previous rules still apply. You want to extend out as far as you can, swing the bar down, and then explode up. For the front lunge, have the weights resting at your side and your feet together. Extend one leg out as far as it can go and bend down at the knee to 90 degrees. Once again, go down slow and controlled and then explode back up to the starting position. Keep your back straight, and once again, as with all lunging exercises, make sure your knee does not extend past your front toe. For this exercise, you're going to start with the ball above your head and one leg on the bench. Explode upward and swing your back leg forward until it's 90 degrees in the air. Hold this exercise at the top for a moment. This should resemble a two-handed layup. Bring your leg back to the ground in a slow and controlled manner so that you're at the starting position. This exercise is exactly the same as the previous exercise. Once again, the obvious difference is you're going to be using dumbbells and they're going to be resting at your side. You're going to start with one leg up on the bench and you're going to explode upward and swing your back leg forward until it reaches 90 degrees. Start in a standing position and jump as high as you can. After landing, squat down until your hands touch the ground. Then fling your legs backward until you are in a starting push-up position. Hold this position for a split second. Do not finish off the push-up. Swing your legs back under your torso and squat upward to the starting position. This is both an endurance and strength exercise. Try to land in the same place throughout all of these movements. Begin scissor jumps with a lunge forward. Bend slowly at the knees. Once at the end of this movement, explode into a jump. While in the air, swing your legs to the opposite positions. Land in a controlled manner and repeat the lunge on the opposite leg. Once again, try to land in the same spot every time. This will challenge your balance and make the exercise a little bit more difficult. Now this is an obvious basketball movement. We're using a medicine ball to make it a little bit more difficult rather than a regular basketball. What you're going to do is start in a triple threat position and pivot 180 degrees so that you're facing the opposite direction. Make sure you stay in a squatted position throughout this exercise. Do not stand up at any point. That way you put as much strain on your quads and the rest of your leg as possible. Try to keep your head level and in the same position as best as you possibly can. Now this is another obvious basketball move. It's the jab step. We're going to use a medicine ball again to increase the difficulty level. Now you're going to start with one leg backward and then jab into a triple threat position. Really get a nice hard jab in there so you really work your legs. You should feel this again in your entire leg, but primarily your calf muscle as well as your quad and hamstrings. There are three different foot positions you want to do during the calf raise: toes pointing forward, toes pointing inward, and toes pointing outward. For each set, you want to do about 10 reps of each of these positions. It's really going to burn, it's going to be challenging, but this is one of the best exercises you can do to improve your jumping ability. To start, you're going to put your toes on a raised area from ground level. You're then going to lower your heel below your toes in a slow and controlled manner. Once at the bottom, you're going to hold it for a moment and then explode upward so your heel is then above your toes. You're going to hold this tippy toe position for a moment to maximize the exercise, and then you're going to lower your heel back below your toes in another slow and controlled manner. Post-workout stretching is extremely important. I can't emphasize enough that you do not want to leave the basketball court or the gym without stretching thoroughly. It has the same effects as the pre-workout stretch in that it will help prevent injury and it'll improve your flexibility. But the additional benefit to stretching after you work out is that it will improve your recovery time and it will alleviate soreness the next day. Make sure you do a full body stretch after your exercise. After every weightlifting session, I urge you to get on the basketball court so you can get used to handling a basketball again. It is important to regain your shooting form specifically. Start in close to the basket and exaggerate good shooting form with one hand. Once you become comfortable, you can bring in your offhand for balance. Once you start making shots consistently from that distance, take a step back and repeat. Eventually, you will move out to your maximum range. This is a great way to improve your shooting ability, and it will get you used to using a basketball again.
Now that you've had the opportunity to see each workout in action, it's time to get to the gym and actually get it done. You can find descriptions of each workout on the website. That way you can refer to it and make sure you're doing things correctly. Good luck.